think I'll cross and take my mans out, just kill yourself. In the trenches, 40 on my hip, I had to fix my...
New merch out right now. Go shop at FlissTwins.com, bro. Let's get it.
In the football, you can shine by either scoring goals, dribbling brilliantly, making amazing passes, or excel by stopping other players with your defense. But then there's the route that's statistically the least common, defending your goal as a goalkeeper. But would you believe me if I told you that a couple of decades ago, there was someone who wanted to shine in all those ways? A goalkeeper who was addicted to both stopping and scoring some incredible goals of his own. He didn't want to limit himself to play only inside the box, doing what no other goalkeeper before him has ever done, and completely redefine the position. At times, starting the match off as a keeper, then at halftime, switching to play as a striker. And despite only being 5'6" or 168 centimeters, making him one of the shortest goalkeepers in professional footballing history, he was just so good at both things that FIFA literally had no choice but to change the rules of the game just because of him. So today, we're gonna look at the incredibly unique and iconic career story of one of the most influential goalkeepers of all time, Jorge Campos.
No fun, I think he happy having playing.
Jorge Campos was born in the beautiful beachside city of Acapulco, Mexico, and from a young age, he loved playing football, especially on the beach. And if any of you guys watching right now have ever played football or any other sport on the beach, or even just tried running on the beach in general, you'll know just how incredibly difficult it can be. The sand absorbs a lot of the force that your feet generates, making it feel a lot more tiring and difficult. I mean, there's a reason why speed and footwork training in the sand is so popular. It forces you to improve your balance and generate more power to do basic movements, which over time can greatly improve your stamina, strength, and speed. And from an early age, Jorge Campos would begin to develop elite athleticism from his daily training in the sand. And as a youngster, he wanted to use his physical talents to score goals like a striker. It had always been his favorite aspect of the sport, and it was always his dream to score in front of a screaming crowd. Unfortunately, however, Jorge had one major disadvantage. Compared to the other kids he would play football with, he was short and an incredibly late bloomer when it came to reaching his eventual height that would max out at only 5'6" or 168 centimeters. And as such, he was the shortest kid around. And when they would play street football matches, they would always avoid letting him play first or give him the position if he wanted. And I'm sure you guys know how it is with street football. Nobody wants to play keeper. So this left the young Jorge Campos with no choice but to stand in front of goal if he really wanted to join in and play. But despite him not getting the chance to play the position he always wanted to, he still gave his everything to goalkeeping. His small but athletic physique made him acrobatic, and his years of beachside training development gave him incredible reaction with his feet. But despite Jorge slowly building a reputation for his incredible goalkeeping, deep down he still always wanted to score goals. He would start to rush out of the penalty area and attack, even going as far as dribbling the ball up to the halfway line. His passion for playing in the outfield and dreams of scoring goals would never truly leave him. And this is how the young goal-scoring goalkeeper began to develop his unique but risky style of play. Eventually, the infamous talent of Campos' unusual goalkeeping would grab the attention of one of Mexico's most historic clubs, Pumas. And in 1988, despite his underwhelming physical stature, the club didn't hesitate.
The same team that we just watched. What's his name? Yeah. Sanchez got one too. Yes, hey, Mexico. Yeah. Bro, no, hold on. I ain't gonna cap. Hold on. This was a W save.
For us, and in 19 would grab the attention of one of Mexico's most historic clubs, Pumas. And in 1988, despite his underwhelming physical stature, the club didn't hesitate for a single second to sign him after seeing just how incredible of a keeper he was. As I said, despite his small size, Campos' positioning, reaction time, acrobatic athleticism, and unmatched ferocity and dedication was enough to completely make up for his lack of height. And to top it all off, he was an incredibly brave and composed keeper who was shockingly good with his feet and his touch and control. Joining the club as a 19-year-old would initially keep him on the bench as a substitute goalkeeper. But after his first season filled mainly with inactivity, only making a total of 8 appearances, he would eventually get tired of warming the bench. And he wanted to prove himself one way or another. So the young Campos would continuously ask his coach to play him as a forward. And after weeks and weeks of relentlessly asking, his coach would ultimately decide to give him a shot. But nobody could have ever imagined just how it would eventually turn out when the 5'6" backup goalkeeper was subbed onto the pitch as the main striker, because the results were almost unbelievable, as Jorge Campos would go on to score 24 goals in a single season, which meant that some random 20-year-old backup goalkeeper was now competing for the title of top scorer in Liga MX, being only a handful of goals shy of actually winning the award. He stole the show from everyone, with more and more people wanting to watch this unusual player. Then the following season, he would develop it even further and impress his manager so much that he would eventually take the position of starting goalkeeper. But despite being in the starting 11, Campos was not satisfied just quite yet, and would continue to play on as a striker, because during the half he would change out of his goalkeeping gear and be subbed on as a striker for the remainder of the match, officially becoming the one who stopped goals and scored them as well for his team. The opposing players were absolutely bewildered. It was catastrophic to face a goalkeeper who not only stopped your shots, but also scored incredible goals as well. Like, I don't think you guys understand just how traumatic this is. Alright, let's say you're facing Manchester United, and Onana suddenly becomes an absolute unscorable wall. Then at halftime, you see him switch to a striker, then scoring on you. Do you understand just how demoralizing that would be to your squad? Like, come on, that would be straight embarrassing if a goalkeeper did that to you in today's game. But for those supporting Pumas and Jorge Campos,
that kind of reminds me of something I did though. Cause every single 20 minutes of the game, I change each position. Watch out, I changed each position. Every 20 minutes of the game. Quick. So yeah. So when the game all done, I played every position.
It's extraordinarily entertaining and jaw-dropping. Thanks to his brilliant talent of both stopping and scoring goals, Jorge Campos basically became...
Here's one thing you need to do before you buy anything online. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
A cult icon, becoming incredibly popular not only in Mexico, but was gaining a worldwide reputation as the most entertaining goalkeeper in the sport. He became so popular that companies like Nike began to hire him for marketing campaigns, as he was the first goalkeeper to ever have lucrative endorsements from renowned brands, because back then it was always the forwards and midfielders who had the spotlight and all the brand deals and endorsements. So for a goalkeeper to finally be included in these marketing campaigns was never seen before. Jorge Campos knew how to steal the spotlight both on and off the pitch. People who weren't even fans of Mexico or the club he played for came to watch him play. He, of course, was well aware of this, and to grab even more attention, he was the first goalkeeper to use eye-catching colors as an attire, even designing his own colorful and vibrant uniform because he loved the warm and cheerful colors as an attire. Even designing his own colorful and vibrant uniforms because he loved the warm and cheerful colors of his beachside childhood, making him a unique icon for those very distinguishable football kits that would only make him stand out even further. Jorge Campos was not just a goalkeeper, he really knew how to entertain and amaze the crowd. People would cheer his name as he confidently stepped out of the penalty area to dribble the ball at incredible speeds. He was also one of the most daring sweeper keepers there was, coming out incredibly far from the box to stop a through ball or clearing anything he thought was a threat, which today would of course be seen as incredibly risky, but for Campos he was just incredibly good and entertaining while he did it. In fact, Campos' goalkeeping was just so brilliant that in 1993 he would be awarded with the IFFHS World's Best Goalkeeper Bronze Ball, right behind the legendary Peter Schmeichel and Sergio Goycochea. This brings us to the 1994 World Cup that sparked controversy around his incredibly unique playstyle, because many teams would protest, arguing that Mexico had an advantage with a goalkeeper who could be moved to a forward at any moment. They would consider it as if Mexico had an extra player on their roster. So after arguing that controversy around his incredibly unique playstyle, because many teams would protest, arguing that Mexico had an advantage with a goalkeeper who could be moved to a forward at any moment. They would consider it as if Mexico had an extra player on their roster. So after many complaints, FIFA would disallow the possibility of a goalkeeper to also be registered as a striker in the same match, which would honestly ruin the uniqueness of the Mexican goalkeeper, as who else would honestly even do that? The argument makes no sense to me, and should have just been allowed anyways. It would not have only made goalkeeping more popular, but it would bring joy to viewers, something that football is supposed to do. But you know how it is with FIFA. America. With various clubs, Jorge Campos achieved remarkable success, winning 2 American leagues, one with Pumas and another with Club America in Mexico. In fact, he was given the Mexican Primera Division Golden Glove for an insane 5 consecutive seasons in a row, from 1990 to 1995, also winning the CONCACAF Gold Cup twice with the Mexican national team in 1993 and in 1996. And after 16 years of his incredible goalkeeping playstyle, the immortal Jorge Campos would bid farewell to the sport. And despite never playing in any big clubs or big leagues, he still managed to become a global footballing icon and a goalkeeping pioneer who inspired countless of goalkeepers in the next generation to take interest in what was seen as a rather boring position. And even despite his retirement, his recognition as a goalkeeper continued to grow worldwide. What Campos has done for goalkeeping in both making it cool and popularizing it as the first commercial athlete for Nike in the position, while also becoming a pop culture...
No. Why they on the same team? Watch every time you watch somebody good. Ronaldinho's talking to him. Ronaldinho's speaking to him. Ronaldinho's looking at him. They're interacting with each other. I don't like this. Your phone says 10%. But bruh, cut it. But cut this out, dog. I'm not liking this, bruh. Wait, he was on the same team as Hugo Sancho's. I think so, probably because this looked like the same around time.
Icon in Mexico and around the world really does deserve its respect. I mean, he was even icon in Mexico and around the world really does.
Oh no. We're active, bruh.
While also becoming a pop culture.
They think we wasn't active because touching the screen, I think.
Icon in Mexico and around the world.
No.
Yeah.
Jordan, I'm gonna lose my mind.
That's Messi.
Wait, how short is Messi?
Damn, how short is Messi?
Wait.
Still, bro, why is Ronaldo, Messi, and him in the same thing, bro?
Freaking no, dog. Oh my god, no. Oh my god, I freaking failed it. Oh. That bad.
Took you 2 tries, bro.
What they saying in the chat?
World really does deserve its respect. I mean, he was even big enough at the time to be in the same commercial with Ronaldo, Paolo Maldini, Eric Cantona, Luis Figo, and Patrick Kluivert for just how iconic and popular of a goalkeeper he was. And he would prove that despite the smaller size, his skills in both goalkeeping and scoring goals as a striker is something that had never been seen again, making him one of the most unique footballers in history.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Bro was freaking goated as freaking short as freaking Kevin Hart. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy, bro.
Heard you one time to the mob. Heard that you trying to get involved with it. Heard that you trying to come by.